Hello everyone and welcome to the brand new debut episode, I butchered that introduction. Welcome to the new episode of Battle of the Beasts, which is the start of round 4, battle number 46, with the first battle of 3, featuring the first 2 beasts to make it through to the final 7. Well, the first 2 beasts of the final 7 to fight for the spot in the final 4. There we are. I butchered that introduction really badly. Lucas, rate my introduction. But here we got 2 very formidable beasts that I'm really happy made it as far as they did. I've personally thought this would be the final fight if they didn't go against each other, but never mind. So, now, introducing these beasts. On one side, representing Series 24, Blood of the Beasts, Book number 3, the Slayer of Krytor the Bloodbat in episode number 11, Griff the Feathered Fiend in episode number 32, and the Destroyer of Solix the Swarming Menace in episode number 42, it is Morax the Wrecking Menace. And on the other side, representing Series 26, the Four Masters, Book number 1, the Slayer of Exoric the Bone Cruncher in episode 12, the Glarky, the Spear of the Depths in episode 34, and Fluga, the Sightless Sliverer in episode number 40, it is Teknos the Ocean Crawler. Staying silent for both because I know both of them will get a cheer. Morax definitely will, Teknos probably not, but I'm hoping he does because they're in the final 7. I think they all deserve a cheer. So yeah, Morax versus Teknos. Okay, so as usual, the battle will be in the combat arena. So yeah, combat arena. Now I need to think of a kind of battlefield for these. Did nothing this through.
Eventually.
Okay, I really don't know how I'm gonna do this fight. Okay, got it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a regular battlefield in the combat arena with a few rocks here and there. But it's going to be mildly flooded. And when I say mildly, I mean like up to knee height, let's say. So let's say if average, let's say if yeah, so let's say Morax is in here. Knee height is like an average human knee height, and it'll probably be up to the end of his claw, let's say. Now, I'm only doing it shallow because, obviously, I don't want to drown Morax. That would be a bit bad if I do. So, now, I believe Impus is given the stats of both of these beasts. So, with that being said, Impus, let's get to the stats.
On a mission to save Randall from Zargon, Tom and Eleanor had to face the mighty Teknos. The Gamera beast stands as tall as 5 siege shacks on top of each other, with strong fins and a wicked bite, plus a tough shell. Teknos was a force to be reckoned with, and throughout this tournament, we're in for quite a surprise, I'm sure. Morax, the Wrecking Menace. This armored brute can roll into a ball of interlocking plates and destroy anything in his path, and one flick of his blue tongue is enough to send a foe flying. Looking at these awesome stats that will drive a man crazy, his intimidating state of being a pangolin, you can tell you're in for quite a surprise. Immune to fire, ball form, burrowing underground, even in the ball form, poisonous tongue, sharp fangs, claws, and horns, and not to mention the armored plating, you are down for your luck when you face Morax, the pangolin beast. So let's see how he does in the tournament.
3, 2, 1!
Morax versus Teknos. Let's get into this. Oh. Yeah, just hit the camera while you asked it, Morax. Of course you would. Oh. So, as the chamber doors open to reveal a mildly flooded arena. Kind of like how everyone's dishwasher or washing machine's probably going to look like at least one point in their lives. I've yet to experience that myself, but I am dreading that day. Teknos thumps out, making small waves like come towards the edges of the arena. Every step he takes, he looks around and just hears a low rumbling sound, and then it's greeted by a giant mound of dirt just making its way towards Teknos. Teknos at first is confused, but realizes it's Morax. He slams his fin into the ground on top of the mound, which stops it in its tracks, but also makes an indent where some water flows into it, and Teknos looks in it to see that there's nothing there. Confused at first, he sees that the mound that the tunnel used for Morax used to get to where he got hit by Teknos is there, but where Teknos hit Morax, it is a lot deeper than it was. Deeper than the tunnel is. So he realised that Morax must have dug down even more. And Teknos realising he can't do anything about that. Is just looking around, trying to look for a moment where Morax could possibly pop out out of nowhere. Teknos is feeling a low rumbling sound coming from underneath him, so he jumps on his hind leg. He jumps on his hind legs and turns around 90 degrees just to land on his all fours, just in time for Morax to pop out and start scratching at Teknos. Teknos retaliates by swinging his whole body around, knocking Morax aside, just knocked him to the side for him to come back on. And Morax slashing at Teknos' face. Teknos slashing back at Morax in the face. However, when Teknos slashed Morax, Morax was able to stick his tongue out, poisonous, and just literally sting Teknos on the fin. Teknos pulls his fin back in retaliation and sees that his veins, which are normally light bluish greenish, are slowly becoming black. Teknos realising he's been infected with the poison, realising he's got roughly let's give it 10 minutes. Let's give it 10 minutes until the poison overcomes Teknos. So now this might be asking a bit too much, but hopefully if he's in a good mood, can I have a little timer for 10 minutes right here, please? Starting, wait for it, now. So, the timer's now started. Teknos will die in 10 minutes. Hoping there's a timer now. If not, then I'm going to look like an utter knob. Okay. I need to think quickly. Teknos is gonna die. Teknos in retaliation goes to chomp at Morax. Morax pulls his head back just in time and hits Teknos straight in the side of his face with his claw, slashing down the side of his face, narrowly missing Teknos' eye. Teknos is able to maneuver his fin to where his claws on his fin penetrates one of Morax's claws, and Teknos drags his fin towards him, just causing gashes to appear on Morax, slicing his paw, I think, into 3, each claw separate from each other. Morax, roaring in pain, curls up into his ball and starts rolling towards Teknos. Teknos, in retaliation, lifts up both his fins and swings it directly towards the ball of Morax, knocking Morax's ball backwards. Morax has less control of himself in the ball form.
Yeah, right!
Hence why, yeah, plus they're both insanely strong, so I think Teknos should be able to play golf with Morax here. Morax goes bounding back towards the Colosseum walls. Landlord is praying and hoping it doesn't break again. But really what Morax does, he just... he sees that he's on his way to the stadium wall. So what he does is he maneuvers into a ball. When he's bounced off the floor, and going towards the wall, he maneuvers himself onto his side where it's just rolling along the side of the wall. Teknos, in shock and confusion, just sees that, and when Morax comes to face to face, when Morax goes behind Teknos, Morax jumps off the wall and lands directly on Teknos' shell, and using one of his paws, he flattens Teknos' face against the ground. Teknos, struggling, realising he can't figure out what to do, what he does is just gets on his hind legs and just smashes his back or the back of his shell against the wall, hitting Morax against it, causing cracks to appear all over the wall. The landlord is just absolutely terrified at the moment, realising this may not be a good idea to have purchased this arena, due to the traditional standards that this tournament seems to have against this arena. Morax seemed to be feeling not much pain from being smashed against the wall due to his armor plating just taking most of the hits for him. However, the top of the wall is starting to break up, and some of the rubble's coming down on top of them. On top of Morax and Teknos, both of them get hits at least twice in the head by the rubble. Both of them feel the pain. Morax, having a free hand, just starts rubbing it to try and ease it better, and realising that the wall is going to be coming down. What he does is he stays where he is until he can feel that one more hit will break this tower, break the wall. So what he does is he keeps taking the hit by being smashed into the wall, and eventually, when it comes down to it, when he thinks that it's about to be broken through, Morax jumps out of the way and rolls into a ball and pushes right into Teknos on his hind legs, knocking Teknos backwards into the wall. Teknos able to just catch himself before he fell onto his back, but is not able to stop himself being crushed by the rubble. A dust cloud ensues, just completely shrouding Teknos. Morax, knowing that Teknos is stronger than that, goes back into his ball form and charges towards this pile of rubble. Teknos is just standing there, making his way out. Seeing Morax on his way, what he does is he falls onto his front, so then he'd be fine. He could still move. Angling it at the right degree where he crushes Morax into the ground. Morax pursues to dig underground to not get stopped and then suffocate. So he goes underground, and Morax is surprised to see that he is close to one of his tunnels that he's already made. So he just follows the tunnel around to where the peaky pop-out hole is. He pops out and then in his ball form spins as fast as he can and plummets down towards the top of Teknos' shell, in which Teknos couldn't react in time for that and is straight away crushed. They're both, Morax is on top of Teknos again. Teknos, not knowing what he can actually do, starts gradually making his way towards another part of the arena wall, just to crash through it again. However, this time Morax is slashing, sticking his tongue out on top of Teknos' head, poisoning him more, but the effects of the poison, as I have said, will go faster the more times he's poisoned. Because I actually have a timer going on, and even though if Lucas doesn't put the timer, I do have a rough idea when when the timer started, so if it's by that time, I know when to stop the fight. Teknos, feeling all the pains from being slashed at the neck, the heads, the fins, is still enduring this, gets onto his hind legs again and starts smashing Morax against the wall. Morax, not wanting to do that again, jumps off, goes up into the ball and charges as fast and hard as he can into the chest of Teknos, knocking Teknos straight into the wall, bursting right through it. Teknos is trying to regain his balance, but Morax isn't having it. He comes around for round 2, charges at Teknos' shell again, or chest anyway, and Teknos is trying to fight back, but ultimately falls backwards. Teknos is now on the back of his shell. He can't seem to get back onto his front or anything. Morax uncoils out of his ball form, walks up to Teknos, and using his claws and his teeth, he bites into one of Teknos' fins, twists it, breaks it, snaps it, and pulls it off. Does the same with the other fin, and with the head, he uses his claws, digs his claws into the neck, and twists where he can hear snapping, and then using his mouth, he bites over Teknos' mouth, so snout and jaw, and pulls the head clean off. So the timer could be gone now, because it's now in vain. Because, with that being said, Morax the Wrecking Menace has won, Teknos the Ocean Crawler has lost. So, this fight, I knew I was going to have some trouble with, because both of these absolute Goliaths, let's say, are extremely bulky and also very offensive in their own way. However, I had to give the advantage to the, I tried to give a slight even-ish advantage to both of them with the arena. Because the water Teknos would be able to use, I guess. What was with the arena for Morax, like tunnels. However, I chose to give Morax a victory because even though Teknos, I would say, is more defensive than Morax, the reason why I gave Morax a victory is because Morax is a more intelligent beast than Teknos, so he's able to counter his attacks better, in my opinion. But also, I personally believe that Morax would actually win if these two beasts were to go into a fight against each other. The only thing that would probably be different if they actually went against each other in real life, the arena they fight in will be in ruins. Not just a couple holes in the wall. No. Like, there'll be no arena afterwards. That would be funny. Yeah, if you think I should have given Teknos a win, please leave in the comments below why you think that. However, my word is final, and Morax is the first beast to make it into the final 4. So Series 24, one step closer to being the final series to make it. However, Series 26 is now down to 1 beast remaining. Teknos did incredibly well to make it this far. I knew he would do alright, because defensive beasts can do very well. I didn't think he'll make it as far as he did, though. I thought he would die in round 3. Maybe even round 2, but round 4? Okay, but with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.